Pierce.
Here.
Councilmember Perkins.
Here.
Councilmember McCandless.
Here.
Councilmember Wiley.
Here.
Councilmember Bob.
Thank you. I believe the mayor and Councilman Stewart is going to be on their way, but we are just running a little bit late, working on our technical difficulties. Want to be consistent and courteous with everyone's time. So with that, I will kick this over to the Madam Chairwoman, Councilwoman McCandless.
Thank you very much. So this is no longer a meeting of the subcommittee, but a meeting of the council as whole. We are beginning our process for looking at city manager applications. We are very pleased that SGR has joined us. They are our lead organization in recruiting and helping us vet city manager applications. We received, let me make sure I'm correct, 36 applications. Okay, 36 applications, of which they have reviewed those and will be bringing us their top recommendations for consideration. What I wanted to do in open session is to just take a few minutes and talk through process a little bit so that the community can follow along. And we're joined by Councilmember Stewart. So we now have 6 members of the council here. Okay, so actually, Billy, I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute. Could you just walk through kind of what the next steps are so people can understand? And then I would want to be sure that we have an opportunity for some feedback from the council on when we get to the point of in-person interviews, kind of thinking through what that day might look like, community engagement, tours, those kinds of things. And you don't have to go into nitty-gritty detail, but I think just an overview will make everybody feel like we are engaged in the plan.
Sure. Okay. Can you hear me okay, everybody?
Not at all.
No?
Can we up the volume on this somehow?
Yes.
And do we have a microphone that we can?
Guys, keep talking for me.
Okay. Can you hear us now? Hello.
Getting better.
Test 1, 2.
Yes. Okay.
1, 2.
You're at,
Okay.
he's at 100%. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for having us here this morning. Again, I'm Billy Owens with SGR, joined by Rebecca Fleury, also with SGR. And we're really thankful for being included in this process and just happy to get the next steps going for you guys. So where we are at this point today is, like Dr. McCandless said, we are reviewing the applications we've received and to kind of see who we would like to go to the next stage. So the next part after this is today's meeting is to review and recommend and rank some people to go on to the semifinalist stage. From those semifinalists, we'll probably cut it down to potentially, it depends on the council's agreement, but maybe up to 10 candidates who will go on to a next stage. The next stage includes a questionnaire, a written questionnaire, where we'll provide that to the candidates, as well as brief 30-minute interviews with the semifinalists, so we can kind of have a dialogue with the council and the applicant. Following those, we will get back together again to review, kind of debrief the questionnaires we received, media information that SGR has received as far as things we've seen to see if there's any red flags on candidates from our end, as well as reviewing we can review the video interviews as well. Again, if people want to kind of go back to see how the answers were and kind of if everything was the same they thought in their notes. So after that, we narrow it down to, depending how many, again, the council feels they would like to do, 3 to 4 candidates who we would plan to have them come physically in person to Independence to meet with the council, meet with the community, and kind of see if it's a good fit for both the city as well as the applicant. So for the finalist day, kind of how it'll look would be, we kind of would have rotating panels. So if you, however you would like to structure it, we can have city staff, city council, community members, however we'd like to structure it. And we kind of rotate them through different groups. So everyone kind of has a different panel through a different time of the day. Also with that, we recommend setting up a kind of a city tour, a community tour for those individuals. Since most of the applicants may not be from the area, it'll give them an opportunity to see Independence, to kind of see the community and see what's out there. So it's a great opportunity to kind of show Independence to these applicants as well, to kind of make sure everyone is on the same page, has the same information, and just kind of see if it's a good fit for both parties.
Could you speak a little bit more to the community tour so that we have a better understanding? I would imagine that you try to do your best to show your city in a good light, but also a fair and honest assessment of your city, the good and the challenging.
Sure. So definitely that's what we want to do. Rebecca, were you trying to go ahead?
Sure. You're absolutely right, Dr. McCandless, is that you want to give candidates, especially finalists, kind of a realistic picture of independence. Exactly right. The good and the challenging, so that they can see where they might connect, where their skill sets, might be elevated or utilized in certain areas. And we can do that through tours, but it's also finalists discussing with community members and stakeholders as well. It's usually a hosted type tour. We've seen staff people do that who are familiar with certain projects that they want to lift up for the candidates, anything. We can work together with the committee to highlight what that would look like and how long. I mean, as you know, you could make a tour as long or as short as you want, but we would take our cue from you and the team in Independence about what areas that you would like that to occur. And then we could use a municipal vehicle or anything of that nature just to get candidates around town. And it also depends on how many, you select to come to the finalist round. And that kind of, that plays into how it flows and how long it takes. We've seen that happen in a day. We've seen that happen over 2 days. It will really depend on what works for all of you, as well as the number of finalists selected.
Okay. You will, of course, give us your best recommendation on that. It seems a little overwhelming to try to interview and tour on the same day. But that's just me and I'm old. So
No, you're not wrong at all. It is. It's a very, I don't want to say stressful day, but it's a full day for both candidates as well as all of you. So you want to be mindful, and sometimes that does make it easier to split the day. Depends on the number of community, groups that you want to bring together to meet the finalists. Are you going to ask finalists to do a presentation in recognition of things going on in Independence? We can discuss all of what that looks like when you get down to the finalist number, and we want to be realistic and reasonable with that time frame as well.
okay. Well, I just wanted to be sure that everybody got to hear sort of your framework so that we started from the same place. So I'm going to open it up for questions from council or concerns or areas you think we need to discuss at this point. I know that you sent out questions and a few people gave feedback on those. We will, I assume, have an additional opportunity to think about what appropriate questions should be, also guided by our wonderful HR director. So that question back to you.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely have as much time as we need to kind of tailor those questions to how you would like to make sure we're doing everything you would like us to see as far as what questions we're asking and what picture we want to paint for these candidates.
Okay. And just as a reminder that these matters are HR, that makes them confidential. So the materials that have been provided that are related to candidate specific information, that is our obligation to maintain that confidentiality, as we have assured these people that we would do. Okay. Any other? Yeah, please.
One other thing, I would just say that I would appreciate a little more direct feedback from SGR as we go through. I thought we were going to get a weekly update on up to this point, and I have not received that. So I would appreciate a little bit more communication in that regard, especially as we go into these last phases.
And rather than passing it through multiple people, you may certainly connect with all of us at once, so we get the
Okay.
same information at the same time. I think that would make for more seamless communications. And if you need that information, we can certainly get that to you.
Yes, definitely. If you want us to do those, we can do those directly if you can send those to me.
Okay. All right, Suzanne, thank you very much. All right. Carissa, any advice for us or thoughts or concerns before we move forward?
No concerns. Again, I think what you pointed out, we want to give candidates a realistic view of the city of Independence, not just the city, but operations. So I think we'll want to structure the candidates' time appropriately so that they kind of get a good feel for both the city and city operations. I think it'll be important for on the city side, for those who have, one-on-ones or potential direct interactions that we're prepared to talk about. What we love about the city of Independence, maybe areas of opportunities that we're hoping would be addressed. And really just be able to speak to what we're looking for, kind of, the drive behind that. And again, just be able to give them a good idea of what the city is.
Okay. And then I'm just going to ask a process question. We received a one-day link from you with the applications, which I'm lucky I read quickly, but I can't read quite that quickly. So I just want to find out for the next phase, will we have longer access to really do some thoughtful reviews? I know you're trying to make sure that people's information stays carefully held, but can you speak to that?
Yes, for sure. So definitely at this stage, normally, sometimes we don't share resumes and cover letters, but we felt because this is a large group and it is a lot of people who need to review the information, we wanted to make sure we could give you guys that information to review. But it is brief. We can extend it a little bit longer if you need more time to look at those, to select the semifinalists. But at the semifinalists to the finalist stage, you will get a lot more information, a full book with everything presented for you guys to keep and review. It's just at this stage of the game, there's so many, and it is a confidentiality kind of situation in which we try to limit how much information can get out of those people who have applied, especially for those who may not go anywhere beyond this point. We don't want to kind of complicate the situation for them.
And just for clarity for everyone here, when do you need our scores?
The sooner you guys can get the scores to us, the better. If you turn them in to us today, that'd be great. Or by the end of business tomorrow would be fine as well. We know we've got a quick turnaround since you guys expressed interest about doing the virtual interviews pretty quickly. So the sooner we can get the ranks to kind of let those applicants know when that those interviews will be held, the better for them to kind of make sure they have enough time to get in there to set that up.
Okay, so just if you get your score in by close of business tomorrow, then that'll be counted. If you get your score in after close of business tomorrow, it won't be counted, and we'll move forward based on the information that you have. Okay, so that's helpful. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns before we move to closed? Okay.
Thank you, Councilwoman McCandless. Then I make the well, let's go into closed session. Tuesday, feels like Monday. Can I get a motion to go into closed session, please?
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll for closed session?
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Perkins,
Yes.
Councilmember Stewart.
Yeah.
Councilmember McCandless.
Yes.
Councilmember Wiley.
Yes.
Councilmember Vought.
Yes.
That moves us into closed session. So thank you very much. Thank you, guys.